I'm gonna go have a chat to Maya for about an hour, and we're just gonna hang out. And then after that, we're gonna hit up Far Cry 6. So if we can get some hope in the chat, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go. All right, let's get it sorted. Legal.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Me?
Sure
Yay! Can you see me?
I can see you.
I can't see you though.
No, you can't because I'm streaming on the same camera. But if you pull up the chat next to you, you should be able to read the chat too.
There we go.
Easy.
That's okay. Now I just got to make sure that I mute that. I'm not hearing you twice.
Yeah, that's all good.
My first podcast, y'all. So sorry. My camera, all of a sudden, like I had everything hooked up.
Yeah.
The lighting is perfect. I had rebooted it. I had everything set up perfectly. The layout was perfect. I had everything running up and ready. And so I went to dinner, and dinner was late. So I was like, okay, no problem. I'm already set. You said 10 minutes. I'm like, no problem. Came up, hit the thing, and it just went black. I was like, Jesus Christ, what the hell just happened to me? Yeah. So, yeah, that's what happened.
It's the same for this stream, right? Yeah, you guys don't realize how much stuff I have to set up for these streams. Like, it is a crazy amount of stuff that I need to set up. Like when it comes to like the timers and the bots and like all the music and the giveaway stuff and it's in the emotes and like it's so many things like cameras, microphones, lighting. Like it's crazy amount of stuff you have to set up before a stream. I did everything yesterday. Went to bed, woke up this morning, still had stuff to do. I was like, I thought I did everything, and I went back and half the stuff wasn't working again. So it's like, I don't think it's just Streamlabs being shit, to be honest. But
honestly, and that's the thing is that I worked so hard to get this ready, and I was so ready to go, and I'm like, I am so on this. And tight.
Love that. Anyway, so how are you? You good?
I'm great. It's Friday here. So it's Friday night for me, baby. And I've got my celebratory burgundy for the evening.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, so I'm classing it up. I normally would just be in like t-shirt, jeans, and a beer, but no, I was a little bit more dressed up today, so I said screw it.
That's all right. It's what are you drinking there? What is it called?
It's a red Bordeaux.
Oh, yep.
From France. So it's a French red.
Nice. I love my red wine there. I'm a big fan.
Yes. So it's one of my favorites. I can't remember exactly which vineyard it is, but it's one of the ones that my husband and I visited when we were there on honeymoon. So
nice. Yeah. We have a lot of really, really good wineries in Australia. The wine in Australia is pretty awesome. I think it's just
yes, you do.
The climate is just right for it when you go out in the country here. It's like perfect for red wines. It's really good.
Exactly. Yeah, and the soil. Yeah, you have that perfect combination. Yeah, and we also, it's funny because California has, of course, Napa Valley.
Yeah, I've been
and Sonoma Valley. Awesome. Yeah, it's amazing. And I've been there too. And then you've got Oregon in the valley there, and that's where you're getting into Pinot country. And those are actually old vines from France and other areas in Europe that they brought over. So those vines are just as old and making some stellar wine. But it's funny that they're growing wine here in Michigan, which you would never think that would be possible. But there are some vineyards in northern Michigan that are to die for, like Black Star Farms. Shout out to them. So it's even in a state like ours where you're like, what? They're growing what? It's the grapes are up there and they're actually doing a real banger of a job. So it's interesting.
I understand. Yeah. Oh, Bladey, thank you so much for the tier 3 resub, man. I appreciate you.
Happy birthday, Wadey.
Birthday. We gotta get a quick cheeky shout out for my man.
Oh yeah. Of course.
There you go. Oh, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate you. We still got our giveaway going too, guys. If you guys want to enter, let's go.
What you giving away right now?
We're doing random Steam game codes.
Oh, so cool.
I'm just gonna do like random Steam games, and you're just gonna get a random Steam game and just be like, "What is this?"
I actually gave away 5 Battlefield 5 codes for my Oktoberfest stream.
Yeah. How
Hmm.
did that go, by the way? Well, it looked like fun.
How did that go? You should know. Okay, so even before you arrived with
Yeah.
48 people in tow, um, it was actually going really, really well. And I was like, "Ooh, I'm up to 9. I'm up to the double digits, eh?" I was like
Yeah.
13 people, and I was like, "Hey, that's sick. That's sweet for a young new streamer. That's
Yeah.
exciting, right?" And I was just having a great time. And then Rugged hit.
Volcano rugged.
Yeah, and I started screaming, "Rugged!" and welcoming in the Raiders, and I had a full tankard of beer for my Oktoberfest, and I had the hat, and I had the whole get up going, and I said that anytime I got a sub, a gift sub, a resub, or at least 40 bits or more, I would do the song Ein Protzit, and so everyone started gifting me 100 bits and subs. I think I sang that song 30 times
I told you.
total, and it was great. I didn't care. I got so many awesome clips out of that.
Yeah. You remember when I said to you when you were setting it up, I said make everything higher? I said
Yes, I
there's a
know.
and I said to you, it's like regardless of whether or not you have 5 viewers, 10 viewers, 15 viewers, those 15 viewers are going to take advantage of it. And
But you
then
know what? That was okay.
yeah, and then I said, you know what? I'm gonna, because I was already planning on rating it anyway. So I was just kind of like playing it out in
uh,
my head when you were telling me about all of it. I'm like, you're gonna start about the same that I finished, and I worked it out. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna rate you anyway, but I just want to make sure that you're prepared. If the community comes in,
uh,
they're gonna absolutely abuse
yeah.
the shit out of a 20-bit redeem. So you gotta make sure that you put it
True. But
higher.
that was okay because even to that point, my co-streamer that I stream with on every Thursdays, his name is It's Solja, and he's actually, funny thing, we met in a different Discord server and had no idea who we were, and then we started chatting. We found out that we lived 20 minutes away from each other.
It's so cool that happens there.
We're like, the hell? And so, so we started collaborating on Thursday nights, different games, and so he was there. He was trying to get me drunk, and he was just throwing bits after gifting sub after sub, and I'm like, dude, you don't realize I have a hell of a high tolerance, man.
Yeah.
And the beer I was drinking wasn't like the 10% alcohol I'm used to, or 12. It wasn't a stout, it was like a
Yeah.
mere 6% thing. I'm like, I can drink this all day, and I did.
Yeah.
So, and I was fine.
That was me on my birthday on Wednesday. I just
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
I was having so much fun. I honestly that's what I would normally do on my birthday anyway. So I was just like I would literally just my tradition on my birthday every year is I buy a case of Budweiser and I drink the whole case in a day and I just do
I'm
whatever
sorry.
makes me happy. It's great. Yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. It started with that originally, and I've just had it ever since because it's like a tradition thing.
It's tradition now.
I don't drink it any other time. Don't get me wrong.
It is tradition now.
Yeah, I don't drink it any other time. I'm usually like like a lager or a stout drinker. Like I don't
Yeah.
drink. Yeah, I don't drink like that kind of beer at all because it's too much sugar in it. Like, I had the worst headache next day. Hey, like.
Oh well, yeah. If you don't chug tons of water, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might as well just keep drinking the beer to keep it away because you're going to be in such trouble.
Yeah.
It's funny. My husband and I actually met over a Java stout. We were at a pub that's both our favorites, and we just happened to be there the same night on a Friday night, and I was there by myself to watch the baseball game that was on because the Detroit Tigers were playing, and I just didn't want to be alone. I had been out with my girls most of the night, and they called it in around 10:30, and I was like, fuck that, it's a Friday, and I wasn't that young, but it's like, this was only like 7 years ago. And I was like, okay, let's go. I want to stay out. So, what? I'm going to go to my pub and have my beer. And so that's what I was drinking. I was still kind of dolled up from a Friday night. And my hubby, now hubby, was sitting at the end of the bar, just down 2 seats from me. And when the guy who was sitting to my left got up to leave, and I was like, yeah, good night, whatever. he
Yeah.
realized, he says, "Excuse me, aren't you with him?" Because he's British. And I was like, "What?" And I heard that accent, and I knew I was in deep shit then, because I fall for accents every time. Every single time. I was like, "Oh, why?" And because I was in, I was really in my zone to watch the game. And I was like, I don't need fucking bullshit flirt with somebody else. That was my mindset at the time. And so, but I heard his voice, that sweet voice, and I turned and I saw him with a big cheesy grin. And the only thing I could say was, "What are you doing on this side of the pond? What are you doing over here?" And he said, "Well, I wanted to talk to the gal who knew how to drink a Java Stout." And I was like, man knows his beer as well. Okay, now I'm keen. Now I'm interested. And that ended up in a conversation that went till 2 a.m. And since the bartenders knew both of us, because we were both regulars and had no idea about the other,
Yeah.
he
That's
let us
crazy.
stay as they closed up around us. And they're like, "This is the cutest thing in the world." And when we told them, a couple years later, that we were getting married, they insisted that, and they never let that beer like out of that pub. It's not like distributed or anything. They actually gave us a mini keg of it to take to our wedding so we could serve it to our guests and do a toast with it.
Oh,
to say this is the beer that brought us together. So yeah, that was incredible.
That is cute.
It was
as
incredible.
Fuck.
I know, right?
That's awesome.
So what kind of an awesome anniversary is that, to go to your favorite pub and have your favorite beer and have everybody be like toasting you and wishing you well, and then kicking people out of the seats that you were sitting in originally? Yeah,
Oh,
it's awesome.
nice. You're like, oh,
it's like Norm at the bar. And it's like, Norm.
Yeah, exactly. Don't sit in my spot. Love
Right.
that.
So yeah, if we come in, that's what it's like.
So
My
good.
husband just let me know that Comtesse de Malay Roquefort is my Bordeaux of choice today.
Very nice.
There we go. Yes, yes.
Jock is hitting on me in the chat as always because he's drunk.
Mod check. Where's my Laura? Yes,
Yeah.
sleeping. Leave her alone.
Yeah, she's sleeping.
She's been working too hard.
She is. Yeah. She's Well, I made her editor now because I need someone to turn my stream off when I'm drunk. There's been a few times where I got really pissed and I'm like, it'd be 10 minutes after I end and I'm like, wait, it's still on.
Right?
It's always good for clips.
Oh, I know. Yes. Oh yeah, no, you're very clippable.
Yeah. It's true. What's up, Butler? How are we? And Wadey, thanks so much for the tier 3, man. I appreciate that. It's big. You're the only tier 3 subscriber in the chat, so that's massive. Much love,
that is.
I gotta say, Maya, it was really. It's funny. It's funny how people find each other on Twitch, eh? Like just randomly, just randomly.
Totally randomly.
And I was like, oh, who's this person? But it was good fun, and I wanted to ask, and I'll ask this to everyone who comes on and stuff. Why do you stream, and how did you get into it? Like, were you watching Twitch beforehand and enjoying it, or were you just thinking, I'm a gamer, why not throw up something?
Actually, it's another cute little story. So, I knew of I've been playing video games my whole life. Before the birth of the internet and the home PC and the very old console games, right? But I've been growing up with that my whole life, and I've always been a gamer. So never considered streaming. I figured I'm a working professional. What would I ever have to give to an audience and all that? What got me into streaming, and this was just June 4th of this year that I started. I told my husband, and I both work from home right now, and I'm off work at 5 o'clock. He's usually working till like 8, sometimes 9 or 10. He's an IT guy, so the hours can be treacherous. And I don't want to just kind of sit around twiddle my thumbs, so that's my gaming time, right? That's when I can get my gaming in and not ignore him. He's not a big gamer. Every once in a while he joins me, for a game or two and something, but he's not like a gamer, so he's usually working. So I said, well, tell you what, since I'm going to be upstairs gaming, why don't I stream it so you can have it on one of your monitors, you can still see what the hell I'm doing and see the goofiness that I'm doing, and I can talk to you.
Makes sense.
That's why I started. The next thing I knew, there I am streaming, and there's some other random person talking to me in the chat. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, because I'm thinking, who the hell would even notice my stream? I'm just one in a billion. I'm not advertising. I'm not doing anything. But I was playing Overwatch.
Yeah.
And somehow someone found me. And then that someone told their friend, hey, check this girl out. And then that became 10. And then that grew. And then I got involved with a couple different really awesome groups, one on Discord and one on Gilded, that support new streamers, and not just like click follow for follow or any of that shit, like actually support up and coming streamers, and then exploded from there. Now I'm not like huge or anything like you, but within a couple months I now have well over 200 followers. I have over 30 subscribers, and I stream at least 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes more depending on what I'm doing, with a consistent schedule. So this has just exploded into something that I had no idea would. And when I started, I did a poll on my Discord and a couple others just to kind of find out, like, okay, well, what's the draw? Is it the games that I play? Is it the times that I stream? Or is it the personality? What is it that is keeping you around? And unanimously they said, no, it's because we want to watch you. We don't care what you do. It's about you. And so everything that I've read and YouTube watched and everything says that's the key.
Yeah.
So I'm doing something right.
100%.
I have a personality that apparently people like to watch. So
that's
who
good.
knew?
That's it. This is the thing. The three greatest moments when you first start streaming, right? The first moment is obviously when you get your first regular viewer. That's big, because then you just have someone to chat to all the time, and that you only need one or two. You don't need 10. You just need one or two, and they're just people just constantly talk to you, so you can enjoy you playing a game that you like, and you're talking to some people that you like, and that's all you need, right? That's all you need.
Yeah.
The second moment that always gets you is your affiliate, right? You get that affiliate, right? And then you'll be able to get all your emotes, and you get all the all the little things that make your stream unique. You get to incorporate that into your stream, right? And that's massive. You're just like, oh my god, check this out! Like, I've got all this cool stuff going on. And then of course the other thing is the sub, right? First, all your founders subs that come in.
Sub.
And you know what? It's not when at this stage, like when we're affiliate streamers at this stage. Money's not. It's not about the money. It's more just about the enjoyment, and it's about the people coming in. And you basically, because this is why every single dollar I basically earn, I give back to everyone else, because I just want to grow it, and so that everybody else has the opportunity to do the same. And that's why it's so much fun. And I just like doing it. It's just great fun. That's all I care about. And
I'm hooked.
Yeah, and all those three things incorporated, and all of a sudden you're just it's now my hobby. It's now my main desire to do, because I'm loving it so much. That's what it is.
Exactly.
And it's so cool.
it's just escalated into this thing. And my husband is like, well, you're not quitting your day job, are you? I was like, no. That's where the health insurance is.
Yeah.
we don't have national health care over here. So I was like, no. And that's a very good income. I'm not giving that up. But this is still a hobby. I said, if by some random ass chance that happens, we'll talk later. We'll figure it out. But I'm not counting on it. It's just for fun for now. Let's see where it goes. That's why I told him. I said, let's just see where it goes. Who knows what could happen?
Exactly.
But I am on the path to grow. I am, I'm doing everything I can to try and grow. And so I've got social media going like crazy. I've got my TikToks and my Instagram. I just started Instagram, and I got my Facebook. That's where I was originally. That's kind of died down a bit. But TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, course.
Yeah.
So I'm doing, and I have a YouTube channel. So I'm doing all of those things, and I'm trying to. I also have my own Discord, and we call ourselves the Penguin Army. And I'll get to that in a minute. But because you can see, the penguin behind me.
Yeah.
That's the logo. That's my logo. And that's usually what I do is when I come on, I'm peace and a wink, and that's why he does that too. But it's it's just, now I've got some better LED lighting, and now I have a much better webcam. And
Nice.
now I'm looking at investing in a decent microphone. Not that this headset's very nice. This is the Arctis Pro Wireless. And I've tweaked it with filters to the best that I can to get the sound right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not, as perfect as you can get, with like a USB mic or something. So now I'm looking at upgrading maybe to like a HyperX RGB thing. That thing looks cool. The Elgato Wave 3 or something like that. Just little things. So, and I'm starting to play around now with more add-ons, more things that I can do, and I'm playing around with my layouts, and I'm just, upgrading it little by little as much as I can, just to make it fun. And using my creativity to come up with cool things like the Oktoberfest thing that I did, or I had my first my first community challenge was that if you paid 50,000 community channel points, I would wear a rubber penguin mask over my head for at least 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And I said, but then I turned it into a subathon. I said, hey, tell you what, since we made this goal, for every sub, give sub, resub, I'll add on 5 minutes. Well, let's put it this way. I think it was actually, it was 5 or 10 minutes I added to it. I ended up having to wear that mask for over 5.5 hours. It was a latex rubber mask.
You should never encourage people.
It was worth it, though. It was so funny. And I had a riot with it. And, everyone was just laughing. And then having that with my headset and trying to talk to, oh my God, and trying to play through it because there were no eye holes. I was literally looking through its beak. So it was insanity. And I couldn't wear my glasses either because it was just too tight. So It was insanity there.
That's awesome.
But
just quickly,
people are probably wondering why penguins. Yeah, go ahead.
Wiki, thank you so much for the five biddies. I know that's you. Soda, welcome in again. I know you've been lurking. I can see you in the viewer list. I appreciate it. And CDs, welcome to the chat. Monsters as well. Lovely to see you, bro. Appreciate it.
I like penguins and turtles.
Yeah, penguins and turtles are the best. I mean, I'm a big fan of marine biology and stuff like that. It's very interesting to me.
I actually have a coral reef in my kitchen.
Really? You'll have to post a photo.
Indo-Pacific coral reef. Yeah. No, it's a Indo-Pacific coral reef, and no, I did not pull it from the ocean. It's all bred, and the rocks are fake. They're just concrete that I turned into live rock. But I do keep about a 120-gallon reef tank in my kitchen.
Oh wow.
It's not gorgeous or anything. Right now, not too much because I had a massive nitrate spike, and so I had an algae takeover that choked out a lot of my corals. But I do have a whole bunch of devil's hand leathers that are thriving, and a bunch of purple mushrooms and red mushrooms. And I've got 2 onyx clownfish that are a mated pair. I had an orange dimeback goby. I have a royal grandma basslet, and my big guy is a fox face rabbit fish, where it looks like he has a zebra face with a pointy snout, and he's about yay long and brilliant yellow. Royal grandma basslet is do you remember the movie Finding Nemo? Mm-hmm. He was the purple and yellow guy who was always nervous about germs. That guy.
Oh yeah, right.
Real pretty. So basically, at first I was trying to do a Finding Nemo tank, but then I realized that a lot of those things do not play well with each other.
No, they might eat each other.
So yeah, like puffer fish are not that nice, and then angelfish like to eat coral. So you start learning about the ecosystems and whatnot. But yeah, and so I actually used, before COVID, I'd go to the Marine Aquarium Convention of North America every year called MACNA. Okay. And learn about, preservations of corals and fish and, all those things. So trying to help the environment as best I can, especially our oceans.
That's crazy. Well, what a weird hobby that is, though. Like, something different. I like that. It's a lot of maintenance there, right? And a lot of cost involved, or?
Up front, yes. I mean, it is an expensive hobby, and you can do it cheaper, getting used equipment. I got involved with a couple saltwater groups online in my state that help new reefers, giving them, some used equipment for cheaper and all that, so you can at least get a good setup. And then as you grow and realize what you want to do with it, you can invest in better stuff. And so that's basically what I did. And so I grew into the tank that I have today. I've gone through about 2 now. But yeah, and this is this is basically what you do. You just work at it just like with streaming equipment. You just add things as you need them, as things come up, as you can afford them. And after once you get it set up, it's really self-maintaining. That thing is just humming on its own. I just got to do some water changes every once in a while, a little bit of vacuuming, get some detritus out of there, and feed them.
Yeah, nice.
That's about it.
I would never be able to have anything like that because my cat would eat them all.
I have 2 cats. See, I have 2 cats, and they are not able to get, because it's an open rim tank. So they try to jump up there, they're going to be going swimming. They ain't going to go in there. And there's no way for them to jump up to that anyway. So they just find it very fascinating. They don't go up there.
Yeah, imagine just sit there and watch it all day. Just like, one day I'll get you.
Honestly, they're far enough down where they might see a glint of one go by and go, "What the hell?" And then they go, and then they just keep moving. They've kind of gotten bored. If I actually had like a little table there, yeah, they'd jump up and then they'd be like, like hyper. But that's just asking for trouble. So yeah. They pretty much ignore it. It's more for us, and that's why it's in the kitchen. So it's in that big area. We're always going past it. It's a good showcase piece. So.
And whereabouts are you from in America?
So I'm in the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm in southeastern Michigan in this little town called Detroit.
Little one.
You might have heard of the Motor City.
Yeah. Really small.
I don't live in. I don't live in downtown Detroit proper. I am in the Metro Detroit area on the west side. So, but I have lived here my whole life, in different various parts around Metro Detroit. My family is still here, but I do travel as much as possible, and so I have been around.
So what's the number one travel destination when you're not at home then?
When I'm not at home? Well, definitely overseas. Europe for sure. Probably southern France. The Riviera. French Riviera is gorgeous. Anywhere on the Mediterranean is gorgeous. But yeah, that's probably by far one of my favorite places to be.
Have you ever visited Australia?
No, but it is on the list. I've been wanting to go forever, and I know my husband wants to go. So as soon as we can, that trip has to happen, because there's no way I'm missing out on that. No way.
Yeah. Well, there's like the thing with Australia is that every part of Australia is different. It's very similar to what America is. Like, I remember the last time I went to America, I did a whole bunch of different places, the polar opposites of each other, which is what I wanted to do, because I wanted to see the whole of America. I didn't want to see just one part of America. I wanted to see all the different bits and pieces of it. So like, and it reminded me a lot of home, because like each place in Australia is so different to each other. So it was like when I went to California, and then I went to LA, and then when I went to LA, I went to San Francisco. And then even those 2 places are different, right?
Oh yeah.
But then from there, I went to Vegas, which is again different again. And then
you're getting to desert now.
And then I went to Austin, which is different again. Do you know what I mean? So I made my way all the way across. We did Nashville, we did Indianapolis. Went to
That's close to home.
Yeah, I went to New York. Like, I went a whole bunch of different places, and like every single place was different. It reminded me of home, because like Sydney, being a central hub, like Sydney's like a really busy city, like the busiest city in our country. And then you've got the harbour and all the great views there. But as soon as you head up north to Queensland, you've got like the beaches and the tropics and all the different things that go with that. You head south, you've got the vineyards, and you've got, Melbourne, you've got the vineyards, you've got the race courses, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. You head to Adelaide, it's more vineyards, mountains, coastline. You head over to Perth, it's like just like a totally different world again. Like it's like a Bay Area city. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Each city is different.
Oh yeah, and it's crazy. My parents got me started traveling in our country very young. They were very big into camping and hiking and backpacking, and they got me into that right away. Um, I have to date visited, and not just driven through. I mean, visited, did something in, stayed in every state except for 4 of the
Mm.
United States. So the ones I'm missing right now are Oregon, Washington, Alaska, and Hawaii. I've missed the Pacific Northwest and a little beyond. That's it. And
Yeah.
I have repeat visited most of them. So travel extensively for pleasure. I've done it for work. I've, all kinds of things that I do that take me all over the place. Um,
I loved Hawaii. It
and
was beautiful.
I need to get out there.
Mm.
And these are just, instead of going to Hawaii, I decided to head towards Europe. And so
Yeah.
then I started getting through Europe and tackling that. So now I got to move further east and south. Like I've always wanted to go to South Africa. I've always wanted to head, in the direction of China and then Japan. And then I want to get to Fiji for sure.
Yep. Yep.
And of course Australia and New Zealand. So there's a lot still to do, and time's ticking. This virus cannot hold me back anymore. I'm like, come on, I don't got much time. Let's go.
Yeah,
Burn yourself out.
And it's going to get to the point with all this stuff anyway that everyone just gets sick of it and just does whatever they want anyway. So I don't think they're going to worry too much.
And I must welcome to your chat my husband, PWT Hutch.
I thought it might be him.
To visit the penguins.
I thought that might be him.
That is him. Hi, babe. So yeah, he's in both our chats actually. He's moderating for me and he's visiting here. So thanks. Hi, hon.
Awesome. Love that. Yeah, Antarctica would be a vibe. Absolutely. My dad actually spoke to me about that for a while. He was like, I don't know how, he said it was really expensive though. I think it's like 20 grand or something. It wasn't cheap.
I'm sure it is.
It was like
I want to see these little guys.
Like 1 month round trip on like an icebreaker, basically. And you go around the Arctic Circle and come back. It's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy, right?
I want to be able to hug a penguin someday. We have
penguins at the beach here, you know.
I know you do. The little blue ones. In Georgia, in the state of Georgia, they have an aquarium there, massive aquarium, and they have a penguinarium that is divine. And you can actually watch a television show about that aquarium. I think on the Planet Channel, like Animal Planet, yeah.
Yep.
And they were running it for a while. And you can actually pay money to go hang out in the back with the penguins and hug them. And so I said, well, we got to do that. That's on the list because I got to hug a penguin. Penguins are my thing, And as my hubby has just demonstrated in the chat, those are my emotes right there, the hype.
I've seen, yeah. They're fucking awesome. I love that.
So yeah.
Oh my god, they're so cute. Oh my god.
And I'm going to be introducing as many as I can.
Yeah, I mean, well, the more the more subs you get, the more emotes you can unlock, right?
Yep.
I think there's 3
Next
to begin
goal's
with,
50.
and then 25, 50, 100, something like that. No.
Yep. Yeah. So I've got 3 right now that everyone can use for tier 1. So I'm pushing to get to 50 subs so that I can get another one in there. It's like go. I have more penguins to share.
Question about your gaming. You said you had a lot of old school gaming that you used to do and that kind of stuff. What type of games are you playing on stream at the moment that people can enjoy? But also, what games have you played in the past, and what was your favorite?
Okay.
Big one.
So I started streaming with Overwatch, and Overwatch is my biggest game. That is Penguin Army. I see it. That's awesome. Overwatch is my biggest game, and I've been playing that since beta, and I love that game. And that's how I missed Fortnite for so long, which is another game I now got into just a month ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really love Overwatch and everything with it. And I'm a big Blizzard fan. Even with everything that's going on with them right now has been very devastating. But I started off with Diablo and World of Warcraft, and I'm still playing it, and going on 20 years, and StarCraft and all Hearthstone, all of their campaigns, all of their games I play basically. And so I only stream Overwatch and I'll stream Hearthstone from time to time. And I'm not as heavy into World of Warcraft. It's just such a time sink. But in terms of other games that I play, I play D3, Diablo 3, and that's something that I do collaborate on Thursdays. Other games I play, I've been getting into Dead by Daylight. That's a new one for me. Fortnite, of course, is new for me. And I've also been making sure to ask for CD keys and getting games that I normally would never touch. So I get something new and it forces me to try something new and share something new. And so I've gotten at least 2 games so far that I was able to share with everybody. I got a third one coming up. And so I try to do that from time to time. But going back retro, favorite game of all time? Galaga. Classic arcade Galaga, smashing buttons on, on a classic arcade console. Yeah.
Button mashing.
Yeah, button smashing. But that actually took some skill moving that joystick around and not having those things, crash into you. But Galaga for sure. The old school stuff. Donkey Kong, Centipede, Frogger, things like that. I grew up with all of those. They're classic. And now if you want to get a little the original Legend of Zelda, near and dear to my heart. Forever. I still have it. The gold cartridge still works. I have all my old consoles. They all still function. Like I still have my ColecoVision. So
I got this one behind.
I always took.
My
N64. Yeah. And I love Nintendo 64. And that's my first programming days.
Yeah.
So minimalist stuff. You should stream some classic console games someday. Yes, you're right. I should. You're right. I really should, because he's set up emulators for me on my machine already. Even just going back into the early 90s, middle 90s, I was playing games like Dungeon Keeper, and I still like to play them now. Civilization Call to Power. I streamed Civ 5 actually.
I'll send you the link to the emulator that I use if you like. It's
please.
It works really well. I was playing Banjo Tooie the other day on the stream. That was fun.
Oh, nice.
It's one of my favorite games. I love that game.
Hello, Mama Grenades. Hello, girl that I don't know. I'm Maya.
Yeah, this is Maya.
Nice to meet you.
I'll give you a shout out in the chat so everyone knows who you are.
Ah, yes. Chug, chug. Yes, cheers. I ain't gonna be chugging this. Hey, Cassidy. I'm gonna just say hello to a couple people on my stream. Hello, Mari and Cassidy. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I see you. Hi.
Love that. Oh my god. Well, look, it's what it is, right? With gaming, and like it's like built into you, right? Because you start playing it and you just you can't stop, because especially if you're one of those people that grew up with it. So like for me, I always grew up gaming. Like gaming for me was like my escape from reality, and a lot of people use it for that, right? But in the long run, it's also therapy. So like you find that some people like listen to music, some people watch TV, some people read books. But gaming is one of those things. Like you get home from work, you game for a couple of hours, you're in a better mood. Like it is proper brain therapy, and like people don't always understand that. Like a lot of people don't really get that, right?
Well, it's funny because now that I work from home, I literally turn 90 degrees and I'm at work. I turn 90 degrees back, I'm gaming. It's an L-shaped desk. I'm right here. So that's why I can, during the day, even though I'm working, I can quickly kind of check in on the Discord and I can see what's going on and watch other people's streams and just have them in the background and lurk, right? But when I'm done with the day, I turn and face this monitor, and the first thing I say is, okay, I need to blow shit up. I need to kill somebody, because I can't kill them, but I can kill you.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, your ass is mine. Here I go. And then into Overwatch I go and start popping heads, and that's brilliant. That's awesome. And that's just been one of my best stress reliefs too, because then I'm not taking that out on poor hubby. I take it out in the game for a couple hours, then I head downstairs. He's like, how was your day, love? I'm like, oh, it was great. He asked me that 2 hours ago. I've been like, son of a.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Totally different person. Yeah, it would have been totally different.
I totally get that. I used to play a lot of WoW back in the day. So like
Mm.
I've watched everyone like transition to New World, and I'm waiting because I know for me that as soon as I start playing that game, I will not be able to stop playing that game. And so I'm just like holding
Mhm.
off for as long as possible before I do, because
Exactly.
I don't want to grow. I don't have time for that addiction
I
right
don't either.
now. Like
I don't.
I got a full-time business to run, and I've also got this to do as well. So I'm not, there's no,
Nice.
there's no way I can take on New World as well, because I'll honestly just lose every track of like every bit of time I have.
And that's why I am watching streamers who play it. So
Yeah.
I'm making sure to watch it so I can see what it's about and see if it is going to be worth any kind of investment of time. Because yeah, when I played World of Warcraft, it was hardcore. I
Mm-hmm.
was raiding Molten Core, Rock Mountain. I
Yeah.
was in the original. I was in beta for that. And then played all the way through hardcore raiding. I'm talking about 4 to 6 hours a session, with minimal bathroom breaks and also food breaks. It's
Mm.
insanity. Whoa, thank you for the subscription. Mama
Morning,
Grenades.
Jess.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Welcome. Oh, God, subscribers are starting to come in. Look at this. And she gifted a tier 1 sub as well to Viking. Oh, Viking's going to love that. His subscription just ended. So that's awesome. Thank you so
Nice.
much for that. That's really nice of you. But yeah, so yeah, World of Warcraft. Yeah, I was hardcore into that, and that was all in my 20s. So I was in my early 20s, mid 20s for that, and basically from there, just kept going. And I played hardcore all the way from vanilla to Pandaria, and getting into, I think it was Warlords when I finally broke and said I can't do this anymore. It'd been years. And I was
Yeah.
like, I can't keep this pace. I just can't. I got a full career. I got other stuff going on. I have a husband. Now, granted, my ex-husband, my first husband, was who got me into it, was a gamer. So at
Yeah.
least then that way it was time I could spend with him. Then I didn't want to spend time with him anymore. So that's what that stopped.
I
So
love
I
that.
don't even want to see you in game. That's like stressful. This is my stress-free zone. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
100%. Oi, Mama, thank you
Mhm.
so much for the tier 1. I appreciate it. And yeah, Jess, that's our new command that we made today. Don't ask me
Oh,
why. It's just the way it is. It's, it's just the way it
command.
is. So you can yeah, spank anyone you like.
Yep. Yeah.
For no reason
There
at
we go.
all.
I'm gonna do it to my hubby. Woo! 184 times. Get ready, baby.
That's gonna get rolling real quick.
Oh yeah.
Gonna
Hey
be sitting on a
Raven.
cushion for the rest of the week. Oh my
One
god.
second. Raven, who just joined my chat, Raven Fox. She's a legend as well. Raven, the person who's interviewing me right now, Rugged at ZIlla, you need to go follow him. He's a fellow Aussie.
There you go.
Go follow him now. You will love him. He's
There are
fantastic.
it's so many, like, it's so funny how I'll literally come into someone's chat at any time of day, it doesn't matter who it is, and there's always an Australian in there. Like, no matter where I go, it doesn't matter. It could be 2 a.m., it could be 5 a.m., it could be 5 p.m., whatever time it is, and whoever's chat I go into, whether it be someone overseas or whether it's someone here, there's always an Australian in the chat. It's like, g'day, mate. Like, it's just like, where did you come from? Why are you here? Like, this every single time. Every single time. See? G-Man. Yeah, g'day. Like,
G'day.
we always find each
We
other
always find
every
each
time.
other.
Always. Like, Jess, I met
I see what
Jess
you're on about now. The
in
infiltration is real. I read about this.
that's what I mean. I met Jess
It's a great plan.
in Valhalla's Queen's chat, and she's an American
Wow.
streamer. And so it was just like, I was just watching her play COD, and then all of a sudden I was talking to Jess, and then I started following Jess, and I'm like, oh, she's from Adelaide. Like, it just like, it was so random. I was just like, oh, hey.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Yes, I love that song. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it 356 times apparently.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, I lose. Yeah, I win.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's a win or a loss. I mean, it depends.
Yeah.
Has he
If
got
he
big
uses
hands?
a feather, we're good. He does. He does.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
He can literally pick me up with one arm. Just
Okay.
right around my waist and lift me up. My husband's a big guy. He
Yeah, well,
can
you're in
bench
trouble.
press me probably. Yeah,
Love that.
that's
Warming up
awesome.
my paddling hand.
I'm
He's
gonna have to
keen. He's
run.
keen. He's keen.
You think?
I'm gonna regret setting that command up. I can guarantee it.
I know.
Just like most commands in
It's
my chat that I set up, I regret.
oh, that's
Instantly.
fun though. That's
It's a,
so much fun.
but this is the thing about streaming and about creating communities, right? Is like I have the most fun doing that kind of stuff for this community, and I like when it comes to Discord, when it comes to streaming and stuff, like socials, whatever it might be. I'm enjoying doing it, just doing it. It's just the most fun you can have because like I'm meeting so many new people. Like a lot of the people in my stream are from one, they're from all over the world. Two, they're from all different backgrounds, and three, like they all have different stories to tell. And like the crazy part about it is that I learn something new every day from everyone, and I always meet new people every day as well because we're forever growing. So it's insane to think that like we'll put it this way: 100% of the people in this chat I wouldn't have met unless I was a streamer.
Right.
So,
Hello, motherfucker.
and it's just crazy to see. I'm just really enjoying just meeting new people, basically, and like the amount of help we can give to people as well. Like when it comes to charities and stuff like that. Like,
oh yeah,
we raised nearly $3,000 last month for charity. So
yeah, I know, that was so cool.
Crazy, and I'm doing it every single month. Like we're not gonna stop doing it. So like 1 week of every month is gonna be charity week. So every single subscription, every single donation, everything is gonna go to charity 1 week every week. Oh, sorry, every month.
Wow.
Because I'm not, like I said again, guys. Like I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this for the love. So I just want to make sure everyone's taken care of.
You know what you can do too is so my real job in the real world is in fact with social services in the States. Okay, and particularly with the state of Michigan. And what we do is we would have these office pools and charity raffles and things like that where we'd sell these tickets for little giveaways of things that were donated, like baskets of this and that and whatnot. And once we got donations and collected all the raffle tickets, money and all that, we would also make sure that we partnered up with another organization in the state who would match or to say we'll match ×2 whatever you guys raise, and then we do a double donation like in their name and our name, like they're the sponsor of the charity kind of thing. So if you ever want to do that, check out what local agencies in Australia might be willing to do that. There may be another thing that you can do where you could actually double or triple what you have and give to the charity of your choice.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. I mean, look, I'm up for anything when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, I'm happy to like. That's why I have the section in the Discord where I would like people to suggest, charity ideas and stuff, because I can only do what I come up with myself. But if everyone contributes, then that gives people more incentive to want to donate if they're contributing to something they believe in, right? So, and that's why I've always picked stuff like mental health charities, because everyone can relate to that. And like a lot of people in the chat, are having problems or struggling, and they're like, oh, okay, this is a great idea. This is a great thing to support because I've first-hand experience with this. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I'm sorry I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at you. Someone just blew an air horn in my ear.
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, it's always funny. Like if someone's on in your stream and talking to you and you get your headset on, like I've had like 6 coffin dances in the last 20 minutes. Like,
I've seen them go off. So I know you're dealing with it, but all of a sudden I had one of those. What? Oh.
Yeah. And G-Man, thank you for the 5 biddies for hello motherfucker. That was very nice. Thank you.
Yeah. I know, I saw that too. It's awesome.
That's so good. I honestly just the sound alert thing is one of the things you need to have it set up, because otherwise, you're doing yourself a disservice by not having it. It's just a lot of fun. Like, why not?
Oh yeah, and the whole building of a community thing, that's something that I guess I've been doing ever since I was a kid. My folks have always said, Carrie, that's my name. You always need to go and be around others, but anytime you go and be around others, it doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if they're the cliquey kids or the rich kids or the poor kids or these kids or punk. It doesn't. You don't see that. You just say you see people, and you just go and bring everyone together and say, let's play a game. Let's have fun. Let's do this. I need 10 people. Y'all, come. And so I've always been one of those people that is like a magnet for things. And no matter what I do, that's what I'm doing. I'm grabbing people in to try and have some fun. And so it's just kind of progressed now to the virtual world. And it's so funny because for the longest time, my folks in my 20s and 30s are like, why are you gaming? Why are you wasting your time with that? Go outside, meet new people. And I went, Mom, Dad, do you realize how many new real friends I've made through this medium?
Yeah, exactly.
You have no idea. I have friends now all across the country who I now fly out to see because we were gaming together for
That's
so
right.
long. And then and now we don't even play that game anymore. We're just friends. And that's how it started. So it took them a while to kind of understand that. But now that they see that, in all of society transcending that, they're like, wow, you are insanely social now. I'm like, you have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
You have no idea.
I'm the same. And like so when I was growing up, like I didn't have a lot of friends when I was growing up because I was always a bookworm. Like I was a bookworm. Like I play a lot of video games. Like, and this is before like online video games were a thing. Like this is when like you're just playing like solo single player video games by yourself.
Right.
And like that was all the rage. Like the campaign was always the big part of the game. Whereas now multiplayer is bigger than the campaign in most games because you can play online with your mates. And like before it was just me, just like Halo, whatever it might be, just playing, just enjoying it. And like just sitting there, like listening to music or reading a book or whatever it might have been. And I was happy doing that. Yeah. But my parents were the same. They were like, why don't you go outside and meet people? I was like, why would I want to do that? I don't like people. Like I know you seem like I'm not a big fan of people. Like I just want to do what I want to do and I want to enjoy what I want to enjoy. And like if they don't want to enjoy it with me, then fucking I don't care. And I was just like I was happy to just do that. And like in my work life, I'm always been working like by myself, like because obviously being a mechanic and stuff, like I don't really work with others like as much. Like when I work for a company, we would talk to the people in the workshop and stuff. But you have your own bay, you have your own tools, you have your own stuff. You go to lunch, come back. It's very like sort of like separate. There wasn't a lot of social stuff. There wasn't any social events outside of maybe going to the pub for a beer with the guys after work, and then you'd be there for like half an hour and you'd go, like, they wouldn't stick around too long. You got stuff to do, it's the weekend, whatever. So I wasn't really very social, but now that with the gaming though, I've been more social than I've ever been in my life with this. Like when it comes to, especially when it comes to this, like, the guys in the chat and in the community can tell you, I speak to about 50 people a day, outside of Twitch that are in my Twitch community, like in DMs, like, how many people I speak to in DMs, like, every single day. It's just like I wake up, my phone like used to blow up a lot because of work, right? Now it blows up because of everything else. So it's like socials, Discord, all that kind of stuff. So now instead of having 20 notifications when I wake up, I have 50. And it's just like, it gets to the point where I'm just kind of like, it takes me half an hour in the morning when I'm having my coffee just to go through all the fucking notifications on my phone.
I know. Same thing. Yeah, no, I get up at 7 and I turn off my alarm. The first thing I do is I grab my phone, put my glasses on, and I go, holy shit. Like, I've got to, look at all these people who follow me on Twitter and look who responded to this. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then it's like, okay, now I got to check that posting and this posting, and am I streaming today? Okay, so I can't do it tonight. It's like and then it's like, oh crap, 5 minutes, I gotta run down the hallway and actually be at work, like work.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like my whole morning is just consumed with the upkeep of everything else, but that's cool because that's actually a fun thing. I actually look forward to that. That's exciting.
Exactly.
And learning about all these other people all around the world. There's no way I would have met hardly any of these people. I mean, Soldier, my one mate, I may have actually run into him on the street because he's 20 minutes away, but then maybe not, and so how would I have known he was a gamer? Looking at him, I would never have guessed that. It's just like, wow.
Out of all the people in my chat right now, Matt is like my only IRL friend. So, do you know what I mean? So like it's funny how everyone comes in and you're just like, I know you from here and you live here and you know from there and that. And it's like, but you don't know, like there's not many people in there that I know, like personally. Yeah. But I love it. That's what I love doing. And I never used to be like this. I never used to be the person who wanted to meet anyone. I was always the real introverted person. I was like happy to do my own thing, and now I meet
Wow.
people on a daily basis, and I'm like, I'm loving it. So it was all it took was like the right setting, you know? Because
Yeah,
like,
no, I mean,
yeah,
I get it. I hear you completely. And for me, being insanely social and
hmm,
extremely extroverted, this is like me times 10 now because now I have even a bigger audience. I can be a bigger ham. So it's even better.
yeah. Well, what my dream would be,
Dangerous.
like what Fee's
Mm.
saying, what my dream would be to like do a trip, like a world trip or something, where if I had the opportunity to do so, and I would just literally post where I'm going to be on what day, what time, and
Right.
see who turns up.
Meet me here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I'll be in LA this day at this bar for this many hours, and turn up and say hello. Or I'll be, you know, in Europe. I'll be in London. I'll be at this bar, and I'm just gonna do that. When next time I go on holiday or never, where I go on vacation, wherever I go, I'm gonna do that,
We've done that.
and then see what
Yeah, we've done
happens.
that. Anytime I go to England, we have like my friends, my husband's friends, his family. We were busy. It's a busy trip because we got to get everybody in. So it's like, okay, we're gonna be at this part of London at this. Be there. We'll be there late, or we're gonna be there late. And then it's like we're drinking late, and then we got to get on the road. Family is. It's like, oh my god. But then even when I was going out to like Washington D.C. to see the Reef convention, we took time to make sure that we saw other people who had come in from all around the country who I knew for that, making sure we were hanging out, doing other different things, you know, checking out the city together. We constantly have to do that because anywhere we go, I know somebody, he knows somebody. It's insane. And they would be pissed off if we didn't at least
Yeah,
offer the opportunity to actually get together in person, you know? And that's so cool. It's
exactly,
good to
exactly.
know that that is there and that there's people all around the world that you could possibly hang out with and have a great time with in another space. How cool is that? Oh, hello. Oh, nice cat tree.
Yeah,
Oh, your kitty's beautiful.
it's like a Xiaomi cam.
Oh my gosh.
See, I had a separate camera set up for this, but it's very hard to run dual cameras on a computer. It just fucking doesn't work very
Oh
well.
yeah.
So now I can just use this as a swivel. But I got a new camera for my birthday. I haven't set it up yet, but my dad has ordered me a new one.
Oh
So
wow.
that'd be pretty cool.
So cool. Let's see if I can pull up a photo for you here. Hang on. Because I have two kitties as well. And let me see if I can pull something up to show you. Because I have lots of kitty photos. I mean, who doesn't have to? If you have a cat, you have
Oh, she's
thousands.
like the background of my phone as well. Like I'm obsessed with my cat.
Hang on. I think I also have maybe like a fish tank photo I can maybe show too. So hang on. Oh, these are
So
old.
I put the cat tree there so that she can climb up on the desk easy, because she likes to sit on
Right.
the edge of the desk when I'm gaming. So
Okay.
if she like, my cat has this like proper separation anxiety. Hey, like if I go to the
Oh,
bathroom,
jeez.
she'll just follow me. Like if I go to bed, she'll like sit next to me. Like she just like everywhere I go and whatever I'm doing around the house, she wants to be next to me. Even if I go out on the balcony and go sit on the balcony and like have a beer or something, she has to come out and sit with me. Like it's just otherwise
Oh,
she'll
wow.
like she'll tear the fucking screen off the door. Like she just it's really funny. Like when I cook in the kitchen, if you guys see the kitchen over in the corner there, you see the
Yeah.
stool at the kitchen. She
Yes.
sits on that stool when I cook and
Oh,
just stares at
that's
me.
adorable.
It's so funny. It's just the way she is.
So I'm gonna have to do it this way because obviously I can't. Let's see if this works at all.
I don't think it will with a
So
green screen.
you never know. Actually, maybe not.
Oh,
Nope.
no.
Maybe. Yeah, no, it's losing me. It just is. Yeah, unfortunately, because I have a green screen. But yeah, I have a black and white pseudo tuxedo cat is what I call him because he's kind of splotchy on his back.
Yeah.
That's that's Apollo, also known as Panda, and I have a gray and gray tabby female named Pandora, also affectionately known as Fuzzy Butt.
Fuzzy butt. Love that.
Yes.
Can you post the photos of them in the animal section in the Discord so I can show everyone?
Yes.
If you do that, we can
In
she can
fact,
show it after this.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Absolutely.
easy. And yeah, like I always love seeing people's pets. Like that's one of my favorite things. Like if anyone else any other pets pictures or anything like that you want to post them because I'll have a look through them all the time. So it's very
Oh
cool.
yeah, I'll make sure to do that. And I know my husband, he just said that Pandora just sent you Pandora right now. She's enthralled by the stream, not, and I sent it to you in email. So apparently he just took a photo of her, so I'll have to
Oh,
post that
nice,
one.
nice, nice. Perfect,
Because yeah,
perfect.
they take turns. I have a cat tree in my office, but my office is an absolute pit right now, which is why I'm not showing it.
Yeah.
And so they can both be on that. And I also have a box to my right with another little pad on it because Fuzzy likes to be on that instead of the
Mm.
expensive tree, of course.
Of course.
Because
That's why
box.
I never buy toys for my cat because she is really really happy with a shoelace and a toilet roll. She like that
Yeah.
is like the perfect toy. She doesn't want anything else. Like if you could buy like a $15, $20 plush or something like that, doesn't go anywhere near it. But if you
Oh,
just give her a bottle cap, she'll go fucking nuts for 20 minutes. Like, you know what I mean?
exactly.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to buy cats toys. They don't need them. Like, it's
The
a
only
waste of
toys
money.
that we've ever bought are the ones that have the catnip in them, and they do go crazy for those. So we
Oh
do have
yeah, of
two
course.
catnip fiends. So those are for sure. And we have two that are squirrels, and hubby calls them Cyril. It's like Cyril 1 and Cyril 2, he names them. And so he's like, Cyril 1 is in the kitchen and Cyril 2 is over in my shoe. I'm like, okay, keeping track of the two squirrels in the house.
Yeah, so good.
I stashed them everywhere.
I love
It's
that.
all good.
Yeah. I look, like I said, you just gotta as long as they're happy, who cares? Like she eats biscuits every day. She's happy. She doesn't need anything else. She just wants the bickies. Like you don't need cats are like really easy maintenance wise. I'll be honest. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
when it comes to dogs would be way harder than cats. Like when it comes to
Yeah.
like like I feel like dogs are like children and cats are teenagers. Like, do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like they're self sufficient to a point, but dogs are
And
completely
then
dependent
they're
on their owner.
troublemakers. Yeah, and
Yeah,
they're still
yeah,
troublemakers and they still get into shit and you're like, "What are you doing?"
yeah.
But yeah, no, dogs you got to walk every day, sometimes twice a day depending on the breed. And yeah, no, some of them are way more hyperactive, some of them need more space. There's a lot more going into it. Um and they react much worse to when you leave for long periods of time from the home. Where a cat could be like, "Did you leave? I didn't even notice." It's like
Yeah. So
oh.
she always sits up on here. So when she sits up on
Oh.
here, so that she can see across above the monitors. But then
Oh.
there's also another three tiers on this thing. So she sits on
Okay.
whatever one makes her comfortable at the time. If she wants the higher, she sits down
Nice.
underneath the bottom one. But
Right.
yeah. Hello. No.
Oh, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful cat. How old is she?
She's 7.
Oh, so she's the same age as my gray fuzzy.
Yeah, I rescued her like on my lunch break at work one day. Found her in a
Nice.
I found her in a bin at the back of the
Oh
McDonald's.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
Yeah.
she was in there with all her brothers and sisters had been dumped in there, I presume.
Oh.
And then I got them all over to like the pet barn, which
Okay.
is like for us is like our like veterinarian. And I said to them, I
Mhm.
said, "Oh, there's a whole bunch of cats in this bin. You want to come help me out?" So they basically there was 7 of them. I think 4 of them passed away because they had flu, but I managed to get her vax desexed and everything, and she was fine. So I just took her home. So I just thought,
Nice.
because I'd always wanted a pet, but I never actually went into a pet place to buy one because I was like, I'm not gonna buy a
Right.
pet. Like, so
Mhm.
I just thought if one comes along one day, I'm open to the idea. And that was
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of like the same sort of time where I thought, oh fuck it, why not? Like, so I've had it for ages. Like, we've moved house like I think 10 times together, like up and down the coast and stuff, and just yeah, she's pretty good. She's a pretty good cat. She's pretty well
Aw.
behaved.
Yeah, I see
Um,
that.
she'll sit still and just do whatever for ages. She doesn't, and the thing is like she's always interested in like she used to be scared of everything. So like when I first got her, she was very skittish. So like
Okay.
I would have to like really bait her to come and eat like when I was in the house, like she wouldn't go anywhere near anyone for like she wouldn't go like if you pick her up, she'd like fucking rip your face off. Like she was not a people person at all. And it took me like nearly a year just for me to be able to pick her up and hold her. So like
Right. Yeah, she sounded feral.
Yeah, it was a lot of adaptive learning. But now she pretty much sits for food now. Like she'll like, you know, like she'll roll over and everything. Like she does some weird shit. And she's more than happy to just come and hang out with you, like hug you and stuff. Like she never used to do any of that. So before she would just hate people in general. Like my brother came over, she would like attack him. Like just stuff like that. Like my brother's dog is like a little like a whippet kind of dog.
Oh, jeez.
And the whippet would come over and she would just bash the shit out of him. Like she would grab him by his tail and like grab his face
dog.
and hit him. And
he probably just cried.
Yeah, he would just like hide in the corner and she'd corner him and try and attack him and shit. Like it was very funny. And she's just very dominant.
Oh my gosh.
Like, but
oh yeah,
she's calmed down a lot. She's calmed down a lot now. Haven't you, Sham?
Indeed.
Sham.
Yeah, my husband just put in the chat that Panda chose us, not the other way around. We went to he's a shelter cat, and he was owned by a previous owner who passed away, and the cat went to the local county shelter. And we just happened to be going into this one particular pet store to pick up some food for our current cat, and they every once in a while they host different animals from the shelters in their store. And so there's this like little area that you can like go inside and sit down and have cats crawl all over you, and you can hang out with the cats and see if you want to adopt one or not. They don't mind if you go in there and interact with them. It just gives them something to do, right? So it's like this huge cat room. So we were actually interested in getting a second cat, and we went in there, opened the door, closed it, kind of looked around like, everyone seems to be kind of asleep. And next thing we heard from the right-hand side, we heard this, like, whoa, hi. And he came trotting over and was like reaching out to my husband. So he kind of just walked over and going, hello. And he literally just picked him up, and that was our cat.
Nice.
I was like, well, that was easy. He wants to come home with us. And we went around and checked out the other cats. None of them were like that. He was just like, where are you going? I chose you. Let's go. You know what are we waiting for? I'm packed. Yeah. Let's go. I own that ball. That's it. So we definitely adopted him, and he's just been at home ever since. Took him and Fuzzy a couple of weeks to figure it out, but now they snuggle, and it's like they're brother and sister now,
Love that. And
they're constantly, dive tackling each other, and you vacuum, and then there's like 10 pounds of fuzz because they had a war out in the hallway.
Look, well, I'm allergic to my own cat, so you can imagine how
Same.
I didn't realize I was allergic until I got one, and then I wasn't going to get rid of it, was I? So now I'm just like, I just every day is a new day for my nostrils.
Exactly. My husband says, especially with the 3 a.m. dive tackling. Yeah, we can hear that, and
it's always 3 a.m. It's always 3 a.m.
Yes.
It's never 5 in the afternoon. It's always 3 a.m. in the morning. It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
I don't know why cats do that. It's just like they know, don't they? They're just living dickheads.
They do. They do. And it gets loud and obnoxious. You hear that big thump. And then what they really love to do is chase each other so much that they slam into our bedroom door, and it starts to slowly creep open. Now, we have motion sensors in the house for the alarm.
Yeah.
So if anyone was to break in, there's motion, the alarm starts. Internally, it starts counting down. If it's an external door, it just goes off. But if there's some motion on the inside, you hear this countdown. You hear that 3 or 4 in the morning, and you're like, "What the hell?" And you only got like 15 seconds to jump up, turn that thing off before the whole thing screeches in your ear and really freaks you out.
Yeah,
so every once in a while, they do that to us too. It's hyper loud. It's there to wake the dead, and it will. So that's always fun too, because like the siren, like we have cat trees on the main floor, and the motion sensors are down there too. In the downstairs, if there's any movement above a certain height, because we programmed it for the cats, if it's above a certain height, it just goes off, because that means there's a human walking around on the main floor and they shouldn't be there. Yeah, and of course, whenever she knows not to be on the counters, not to go up a certain height, everything. She knows this. But when she's pissed off at us,
Yeah.
she jumps up on that kitchen counter like she knows, sits there for a second, it goes off, she goes down to the basement, and then the lights all come on, and we're like, it is a nightmare. So yeah, that's how she gets us.
Love that.
That's how she'll get us.
Love
her though.
All right. Well, look, it's been great. Thank you so much for chatting with me. Hey, like I was really excited to do this. I'm always looking for new people to chat to, especially when it comes to the podcast and stuff, and I'm always looking for new people to hang out with and learn about, especially in my community. So like, I know about you obviously from your own stream and watching your stream, and obviously know from you in the chat, but I learned a lot of things I didn't know. So like, and a lot of people in our chat as well in our community will know a lot more about you now, and maybe they'll want to come and hang out with you. So it's kind of like a cool thing to do, right? Well,
absolutely. No, I was insanely thrilled to be able to do this, and I love this community that you've built. I feel right at home here, and even though I'm thousands and thousands of miles away, it doesn't. I can just walk into your house someday and have a beer with you because it's just been so cozy and so welcoming and warm. And I absolutely love everything you do, and you're a total mentor for me in terms of streaming, but you're just a really cool, awesome friend now. And it's just another one, that we add to the list of awesome people we need to, make sure that we come and visit sometime. Whenever we're in that neck of the woods, or if you're ever in America, let me know, because I'll be like, shit, he's in New York. Well, it's time to go to New York. Let's go.
Exactly. It'd be an excuse for you to have a vacation as well. We'll make a thing out of it. Well, we'll put it this way: if I'm ever in your neck of the woods, if I ever do visit the Rock City, I'll definitely hit you up so we can go grab a beer somewhere at your favorite brewery or something. That'd be great.
Oh, hell yeah. We have so many good ones here.
Massive beer fan, so I would love that.
Yeah, okay, so Michigan actually has, I think we're in competition with Denver, okay? And Michigan still, and Southern California. And we are still in the lead of probably the most microbreweries per capita.
Nice.
And amazing, amazing beers. So yeah, this is a place to be. And not to mention, if you're a foodie, the food scene here has exploded, and we're big foodies. So yeah, Michigan Brewery Tour. Yeah, Google it. Google the Michigan Brewery Tour. They have actually mapped it out.
It sounds like the perfect thing. I'm so excited.
It's so cool. It's so cool. We've done it, lots of it, and we've actually taken vacations just to do that and tour the breweries and eat the amazing gastropub food.
Awesome.
So you can make a whole tour of it. It's amazing.
Fuck yeah, I'll put it on the list.
Yes. It is 100%. Definitely on the list. I gotta do it again. Yeah, stream catch up with chuggers. Yes.
Love that. All right, well, have a good day. Have a good rest of your night, I should say.
Thank you.
It's 10:30 for you or something. And have a really good rest of your stream, and hopefully we'll catch up. I mean, I'll probably be here for quite some time, so.
Yeah, I noticed.
So I might see you a bit later. I appreciate the talk, though.
Sounds good. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. It was a pleasure to share and meet you all, and thank you for letting me hang out with you.
That's all right. That's all right. Everybody in the chat, if you're not already following WorldOfMayja, please do drop her a follow. Go and say hello. See what she's all about, and see how we go with that. No worries. All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Bye.